What's up everyone, how's it going? Welcome back with me Nathan. So OpenAI finally released their own groundbreaking open source model and I'm going to talk about them in this video. Okay, the open source model is called gpt-oss, although to be honest I think they should have named it OpenGPT. Well, the naming aside, there are two variants of gpt-oss released by OpenAI, which are 120 and 20 billion parameters. These models promise to deliver strong real-world performance at low cost, and they are available under the Apache 2.0 license. They were trained using a mix of reinforcement learning and techniques informed by OpenAI's most advanced internal models, including O3, O4 Mini, and other frontier systems. The big model, the 120B parameters, achieved similar performance to O4 Mini on core reasoning benchmarks, and it can run efficiently on a single 80GB GPU. On the other hand, the smaller 20B model delivers similar results to OpenAI O3 Mini on common benchmarks, and it can run on edge devices with just 16GB of memory. Both are thinking models, and they can use tools, call functions, and do chain-of-thought reasoning with great performance. They are built with the mixture of Express architecture and trained using the most advanced techniques from OpenAI's internal processor. They both have 120K context length, which is kinda low, but it's basically the standard at this current moment. You probably won't find any frontier model with a lower context window. All in all, you have 117B parameters for the 120B model, with 5.1B active parameters per token. And then the 20 billion parameter model has a total of 21 billion with 3.6 billion active per token. Both of these models were evaluated across various critical benchmarks from coding, math, science, and agentic tool use. Here's from Codeforce's code competition. The ELO score rating for gpt-oss are just a few hundred points in differences, so they are quite equal there. And here's another task from Humanity/Exam. The O3 model tops the benchmark, but the open source models are still comparable with O3 and O4 Minis. And then another benchmark from HealthBench, which has similar results, and then IMA, and then GPQA. All these benchmarks show that the open models are comparable to the mini models. Now here's an important info. While these models are open source, they were taught to refuse unsafe prompts and defend against prompt injections. Obviously, there are people who use open source models for various sort of use cases, and some may be able to fine-tune the model for malicious purposes. OpenAI directly assessed the risk by fine-tuning the model on specialized biology and cybersecurity data. The fine-tuning was reviewed by 3 independent expert groups, and they also host a challenge to encourage virtually everyone from around the world to help identify safety issues. So basically, this is like a hackathon for finding AI vulnerabilities, and there is a $500,000 fund that will be awarded to the best reports. You can find more info in the description below, but yeah, that's basically it for this announcement. Next, I'm going to show you how to get started with these models and test both models with a few use cases. Now, before we get into the exciting part, please don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Just click on the subscribe button down below, and please help me reach 100,000 subscribers by the end of this year, as it will mean a lot to me, making me feel more excited to create useful videos just like this one. Okay, to get your hands on these open models, you can get them from open source providers such as Hugging Face, Ollama, and LM Studio. Now here's the gpt-oss page on Hugging Face, and if you scroll down here, you can see the local installation instruction for Ollama and LM Studio. You can also download the model card manually from Hugging Face Hub here. Another option is to access it directly from OpenAI API or through OpenRouter, the all-in-one API for AI models. The prices for the 120B model are 9 cents for 1 million input tokens and 45 cents for 1 million output tokens. For the 20B parameter, it's priced at 4 cents for 1 million input tokens and 16 cents for 1 million output tokens. Alright, for this demo, I'm going to use OpenRouter's chat room as it allows me to test both models directly with the same prompt. Here in the chat room, I will simply select the models I want to compare, so gpt-oss 120B, and then add another model here, gpt-oss 20B. Alright, now for the first prompt, I'm going to ask both models to create an SVG of a solar system with the sun at the center and 5 orbiting planets. Each planet orbits the sun with different speeds, each orbit should be visible, elliptical path, and then label each planet with text that follows a planet. The labels are Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, and Jupiter. Now press enter and let both models work on the task. Alright, now both models have finished the request. It probably took around 8 seconds. Let's scroll up here. So the 120B model thought for 6 seconds before generating the code, while the 20B model took just 5 seconds. Both are actually pretty fast in generation. I didn't speed up the video at all here. So let's see the result of the 120B model first. I will copy the SVG code here and then open the SVG viewer site to see the result. So just paste the code here, and here's the result from the 120B model. The solar system actually looks nice. All 5 planets have elliptical orbit and rotate at different speeds. They all have labels and different colors. Alright, now we will take the 20B model code and open it in another SVG viewer page. We can't see the orbit path here, and the planets have the same color. Well, I didn't really ask for the planets to have different colors, so aside from the orbit path not appearing, this generation is still passable. I really think it's not that bad for a 20B model. Alright, let's try another test. This time, I will ask the models to create a landing page for a SaaS company offering web analytics tools. Press enter and let both models work again. I will skip a bit to the result here. Now, the 120B model already finished the request here. It only took 0.3 seconds to think before generating the output, so let's open this in the browser. Okay, so here's the result from the 120B model. It looks nice, but the design is about average, I guess. There is definitely nothing special here, and since I just tested Combi yesterday, this feels like a boilerplate, like a starting template that you might use to make modern, polished website. Alright, now let's see what the 20B model has generated for us. So it took about 2 seconds for reasoning. Let's see the result. Okay, this result is even worse. The top section is just a single button, and below that there is a mix of colors here, like yellow and dark green, and then black text on dark green. What is this really? Well, it's definitely a fail from me. I haven't seen other 20B models generation, so maybe this is just the average result? Well, I don't know. Anyway, let's try a more complex final task. Here, I will ask the models to build a node organizer app where users can create nodes and organize their knowledge. Here, I describe the main function of the app, what data to save, as well as the nodes format. There is also the organization, search and sort capabilities, the UI design, the layout, as well as the initial setup. I'm also going to turn on the app mode here so that OpenRouter will create an artifact where we can preview the results. Now press enter and let both models work on the request. Here we can open the artifact provided by OpenRouter and we can see the code generated by the model on the right side over here. Okay, now let's look at how the 20B model is doing. Oh, and it seems the smaller model already finished the request here, so let's try to see what it has generated. In this artifact, let's click on the preview here. Let's enlarge this to make it easier to see. Just close the chat sidebar for now. And here's the requested app, so let's click on the plus button here. And nothing happens. I just click the button here. Maybe something is wrong with this generation, so let's open the console. And yeah, there seems to be some error down here. Okay, I think we will just skip the 20B model for now. And let's see what the 120B model has come up with. Okay, the UI is almost the same here, as the prompt contains instruction about the UI as well. But the button here is definitely off, and nothing happens when I click on it as well. This is really bad. Let's see if we can refresh this generation. And yeah, we do have this regenerate button here, so let's click it. And let's allow 120B some time to generate the result. I will fast forward a bit. Okay, here's the version 2 of the same app. Let's click preview again. And this time the button is nicely done. And now I can click on it as well, so let's add a note here. I will say explore gpt-oss and then add some tags. And then the note here, just say explore the gpt-oss models. Alright, so click save. Okay, I clicked save and nothing happens. And I click it a few more times here. Okay, so let's just cancel this. I'm not sure what to do. What? Okay, so it seems that the notes are actually saved here, but it's just not rendered in real time, so I have to click the sort button to show the notes. Let's try deleting some notes here. And then sort. And yeah, those notes are deleted, so well, this is actually very bad, but let's try to search for now. Okay, at least the search functionality is running well. And yeah, I think that's about it for this test. If you like this video and would love to support the channel, you can consider donating to my channel through the Super Thanks option below. Or you can consider joining my YouTube membership, where you can use this channel's emojis, get early access to new videos, plus a lot more. But overall, that's it for the GPT-oss models. Honestly, I think they are very dull. Even the 120B model is having a hard time generating a simple landing page that looks nice. And when asked to create a more complex app like this node organizer app, I think the output is very uninspiring and definitely not passable. Other open source models like Kimi K2 and Quant3Coder are probably better than GPT-oss for now. So if you really need to use open source models, I think you can just skip these. And personally, I think I'm not going to use it that much, seeing the results. And now we have come to the end of this video. So, what do you think about GPT-oss by OpenAI? I encourage you to try it out for yourself and let me know about your experiences. I hope you all enjoyed today's video and get some value out of it. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I will join the conversation and reply as often as I can. If you're new to the channel, Code with Nathan is a channel dedicated to simplify complex tech topics so that you can master them easily. Make sure you subscribe if that's something you find interesting. Make sure you like this video, turn on the notification bell, all the good stuff, as it helps this channel to grow. With that being said, thanks again for watching until the end. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you in other videos. Bye bye!